welcome to another video, guys. And in this video we're going to give you our van tour, but I thought I can't really give you a van tour with the van being an absolute mess. So Rosie's already cleaned out the back, but it's my job to now get the outside all nice and clean. It's still covered in mud and grass and everything from when we were at Volkswagen. So we're going to go and take it for a nice clean, then we'll do you a van tour. See you in a minute. Okay, whoa. That was just me. Our campervan is a Volkswagen LT35 from 1998 called Hamish. Hamish is an extra long wheelbase, high room, and he is the biggest van that I have ever owned. He is huge. And because of this, we really wanted to put a lot of effort into him. We wanted to make this a family van that we could go out in and use. It's a campervan is supposed to be used. And it was supposed to fit me, my wife, my two daughters, and our two dogs, and I think that we've managed to do that. Externally, we've done quite a lot to Hamish. I'll show you, I'll put a picture up here of what Hamish looked like when we first got him, and you'll be able to see the differences straight away. So first of all, you'll see that Hamish has changed from a silver, white, bluey colour to NATO green and black. So this wasn't the first iteration of Hamish. Hamish was originally all going to be all black in Raptor, but the guy that did the Raptor painting for me didn't do a really good job, and after about 2 months of it being on, it started to peel all off. So we had to adjust. So I picked this military NATO green, which is actually rollered on, that me and my wife sat one weekend and we painted him all completely. The bottom half that you see is black, that is Raptor, and also black hammered hammerite that is on that as well. There was a lot of rust on Hamish, but we fixed it all. We got all the rust fixed, all welded, all done, and Hamish is looking great. Now, once we had painted him, we wanted to obviously do some extra things on the outside. So you'll see that we've put decals on there to make sure that he stands out, that he is an actual camper van. We also put a Fiamma F45S 2.7 meter. I didn't want a really long one. I thought it was just going to look like too much on the side of the van. I thought there's already a lot going on with all the windows and all this kind of stuff, and the coverage that I need, I don't really need a big 3-4 meter one. After we've been away in it a few times, if you notice we might need something a bit bigger, then maybe I'll trade up. But at the moment we're happy with the 2.7 meter. It didn't have windows in it at all on the side, so I cut out all the windows and put windows all the way around, so we have a lot of light coming into the van. They are tinted windows, they still let in a little bit of light, which is what we need. And I got all of the windows straight from trade glass, and they were really easy to fit. I fitted them myself with just a jigsaw and the silicone that they provided. Really easy, did it myself. Never done it before, this was the first time, but thanks to YouTube I managed to do it. One thing that I wanted to do with Hamish is, after I'd mounted, obviously I've got 200 watt solar on the roof, I've got my antenna for my Wi-Fi. I've also decided that I wanted to make Hamish look a little bit mean. So that's when you see that I've mounted, I can't remember if it's a T10, I think it's a T10 Defender bumper on the front of Hamish, which I think looks absolutely amazing. I mounted a light bar to it, and I then put spotlights on the roof as well that match the light bar. And that just looks absolutely awesome, if you ask me. I think that looks absolutely brilliant. Moving on to the back. So on the back of Hamish, we have our 20 litre jerry can, which you can use for water or for diesel. I use it for diesel because I think we've got enough water storage already in the back, but I could change it out if I needed to and put water in there instead. Diesel's probably the most important thing for me because it's a big van and it does use quite a bit of diesel when we're driving. I also put 7-step ladder from Vanguard, fully galvanised, and mounted that on the back of Hamish. There's a video showing me putting that on. The ladder itself is not actually made for an LT35, it's actually made for U-shape VW Crafter, but because of the age of my van, they don't really make them, and the ones that they do are quite expensive, nearly £400 or £500 to get tubular ones. Are really nice, don't get me wrong, but just a little bit too expensive for what I want to pay at the moment. I'm thinking that's pretty much the external of the van. Why don't we move on to the inside now and see what's happening there. So now that the van's clean, where's the best place to start? The front cab. This is where you spend most of the time when you're driving. So we haven't really done much to the front cab. It's the basic things that you'd imagine. We've got a reversing camera here, which I did a video on. It's the AutoVox wireless camera, still working perfectly. I'll show you. So, as you can see there, very clear picture. It's constantly full of battery because it's solar powered, and all it does is one press of the little button here, and that lights up. So absolutely fantastic, no issues at all with it. And I use it, it's got into a habit of just pressing the button while I'm driving as well, just so I can have a look and see who's behind me. Not much more we've got in here. I did just carpet the roof a wee bit, just to make it a little bit more clean and tidy. We did get a cheap Chinese radio just to put in, just so it'll have Android Auto. I can connect my phone up to it. It's Bluetooth, Android Auto, and it can also have my Google Maps and everything on it. But apart from that, all good. Everything else in the van is just standard. Oh, there is one thing that I forgot to mention before that I put in, probably the best thing that I ever put in here, were these cup holders. So they're originally for the center console of cars, but I cut off the bottom and just screwed them into my door card here. Perfect for holding drinks on. Best thing I've ever put in. Same for over that side as well. Well, I didn't connect the USBs, but I could. It's got USBs on it, so I could connect the USBs, but I didn't connect them just because I was lazy. But that might be something I'll do in the future. Anyway, let's get back to the house, and then we'll do a full tour of the inside of the van.
welcome to our completed campervan Hamish, and let me give you a tour. First of all, we'll start with the kitchen area.
So we got this unit from IKEA, we really liked it, but we didn't want to put any doors or anything on it because we wanted to have easy access to everything that we've got inside here. But obviously we were worried about things falling on us or falling down when we were driving. So what we came up with was we put this cargo net on, which means that when we're driving, nothing is going to be falling out. As you can see, everything stays in, but it's easy access so that when we do park up somewhere, we can just drop the cargo net like this. It's so easy, completely opens, take off the bottom as well so it's gone, and that gives us full access to everything that we have in here. So if you come into the first one, we've got here where Rosie keeps all of our spices, soy sauce, salt, like that, things that we need on a daily basis. Second one here, we've got the best thing in the world, Spam noodles. My daughter goes crazy for noodles, so that'll be something that we always have to have on hand. Cutlery, lighters, knives, chopping knives, things like that. Toilet paper, because you never know when you're going to need that. Wipes and cleaning stuff, just basic things that we need on a daily basis. And then when we're not using it anymore, we can just attach it all back up again with these little bungees, which takes seconds, and away we go.
Here I'm going to show you our kitchen countertop. We've got our hanging rails here for our utensils, and we've got these fake plants because I love plants, but of course in the van you can't have real plants, just to make it more homey. And then we've got this a flashback board just in case we get any spills oil when I'm cooking. It's just so easy to clean. And here we've got our countertop where I prepare my food. Cut up some tomatoes, and then we've got here our cooker and sink, and here's the water. We've only got one burner, it's just a small one, so it's enough for us. And we've got our running water here, and that's that. In addition to kitchen, we've got air fryer. It's only a small air fryer, a 2-liter air fryer. It's just handy for us because my daughter Pixie, she's very picky when it comes to food. She only eats chicken nuggets, so it's just so handy for us. Small one, put the chicken nuggets there, and it runs with 240 volts, and it's got 2 plugs in here. And to turn it on, you put the inverter here, turn on the inverter, and then it's a manual, and there they go, it's on. Air fryer's on. And under here we've got 2 kitchen cupboard storage. This side where we keep our gas tank, our running water, and the waste water. And then on this side we've got our pots and pans, plates, and I asked David to put this wood here to block it from falling off all the things when we're driving, just to keep them in place. Next up, we'll show you our fridge area. First of all, we didn't get the under-counter fridge freezer because it's gonna take up space, and we want space in the van. Instead, we got a Halford's cheese fridge. Yes, just enough for us.
So the next area is the seating area, my favourite place. So we did start off before with a table that was stuck in the middle, but from previous videos that we've shown before, we showed that this wasn't any good. Really couldn't have a lot of movement going around here because of the way that the table was put in. It was one of these ones that went into the floor. So instead we put on a leg and leg. Well, it's not really a leg and leg. Leg and legs are quite expensive, so this is a knockoff leg and leg, but it does the job that we need to do. So we can bring it close, we can sit it that way, we can bring it right around here, we can close it all off here, and it leaves a lot of opening space for us to be able to sit over here, so where the kids are sitting or where I'm sitting as well. And I can sit over here, my wife can sit here, kids can sit over there, and we have access to the table. If I'm working, for instance, or I've got a laptop or anything, I can just kind of swing it around this side and I can work away, or we can share it for a meal. So the next part is obviously the bed. So we went for a king size bed because we really wanted to have the length. I'm 6 foot, it doesn't really make much difference to Rosie because she's only like 5'4", but for myself I needed to have the length so I could sleep comfortably. Now to get up here it is quite a jump, but all we do is remove the top from the table, that then folds over. We've got a step ladder just there, and Rosie will show us how she gets up onto the bed. Up you go. While you're up there, why don't you show us what we've got up here?
So up here, we got our cupboards, storage cupboards for clothes. This is my side, and these sides are David's and the kids. Just shows you. Then on top of our head, we've got a headlight.
Turn it on so you can see it. One over that side,
and also David's. So the thing about his headlight is got a what you call that one?
USBs.
USB, and it's you can move it around. So it's quite handy at night when if I needed to go to the toilet where it's too dark, then I can just instead of getting up, turning on the lights from there. So it's just I'll just turn that on and off there and it gives me light.
So we also have a bed here for the kids to sleep on, but before we go on to where the kids are sleeping, I need to show you where we actually keep our toilets and things like that as well. So this is our bench seat that we've got here. So all we do is we can just move that over there, that one moves over, and then lift this up, and inside there we've got our toilet area, and we've got plenty of storage over this way as well. We haven't actually figured out what we're going to put in there yet, but I'm pretty sure that Rosie will manage to fill that up.
In here, this is the kids' bed. Let me show you how to make up the kids' bed. And that's the bed made up for the girls. They usually got pillows and blanket, and we store up here, and it's really comfortable once they have the blanket, the pillows and that.
So let me talk you through the electrical side of the van. So I didn't want to put lights in the ceiling because it is a high top, but my head does sometimes touch it, so we didn't really want to do that. So what we did is we put them underneath the cabinets all the way along on both sides, and we've got plenty of light from that. We've had no issues at all. We do also have a light that's just above the kitchen area there. It was originally where our original kitchen was, which is why we put it there, but then we moved everything around and we moved the kitchen to over here. It's still useful there because we do use that now to sit, and then we can always put on that extra light just if we're reading something, or if we're wanting to do something, or if we just want to have a look and see what's in the fridge in the middle of the night, which is really, really cool. Electrical wise, we've got a couple of things in this van. So we do have a Max Airfan Deluxe, so the remote stays up here on our control panel, and that is the Max Airfan up there. I absolutely love this thing. I use it even when I'm just sitting around in the van. I always put it on, even if it's a cold day, just to get a little bit of circulation. But absolutely fantastic unit. We've got our switches here. So we've got our main cabin lights, which turn on and off our main cabin lights. Then we've got just the light, one light that goes above the fridge there, that's on and off. We've got our power socket, which is basically for an extra inverter, just a small inverter that I have in here, just for emergencies. We don't actually use it for much, but it's just in case. And then we've also got our 12 volt fridge light here, so I can turn that on, and that turns on the 12 volt here that I've got that then powers up our fridge. I've got two ways of using the fridge. So I've got 12 volt, and I've also got 240 volt that works through the inverter. I'll show you the inverter later when we go underneath the car, so I can see that. I've also got a Netgear Nighthawk 1 in here for our internet. I've used it a few times while we've been out and about, and it does work. It's pretty good. I've got an antenna on the roof as well. I also got a video installing that antenna. But yeah, it works really, really well so far. I haven't really been anywhere where I haven't been able to pick up signal from it. If I do, then I will let you know. It does have the option to be able to change the SIM card that's in it as well. So I might eventually just buy a bunch of little SIM cards, pay-as-you-go ones, so I can have options to change over if I need to. Other electrical wise of things that we have in the van, we've got obviously our smoke alarm up there, which is a carbon monoxide alarm and a smoke alarm all in one, which is necessary in the van for sure. We've got two USB ports just here for the kids. Showed these in a previous video as well, but these are absolutely fantastic. They've got their own individual buttons to turn on and off. They've got BC and they've got USB normal as well, so you can use it directly with your USB-C directly to your phone, or if you've just got a USB one, you can use that as well. These just turn off that's all worked. We do have a couple of plugs in the van as well. So as Rosie was showing you before for the air fryer, we've got a couple of 240 volt plugs here which work through the inverter, and we've also got one down here on the side of the fridge. So if I wanted to run, if I'm hooked up to shore power for instance, and I decided to run the fridge off of 40, I could do that as well. But at the moment it seems to be working absolutely fine off of the 12 volt, and actually pulls less, quite a lot less from the 12 volt than it does from the 240. The inverter does pull quite a bit, but it does seem to even out eventually at the end. So, welcome to the back of Hamish. The bowels, the garage, where everything that basically we've got in the van, this is how it works. So all the electric, all the 12 volt, all the solar, the inverters, everything that we store and take on us when we go camping, everything is here. Let me show you what it looks like. Okay, so first off we have 3 105 amp hour AGM batteries, all linked up together in parallel, which gives me a total of 315 amp hours. Now to charge these bad boys, we have 200 watts of solar on the roof, which is then controlled through this Renogy Wanderer MPP controller, solar controller. I've also got the USB, the Bluetooth adapter on there, so I can check everything through my app and keep an eye on how everything's connected. That is one way that we charge these batteries. The other way is we have a Noco Genius 10, which when I'm connected to shore power means I can hook up, and this is charging my batteries and also maintains my batteries at the same time. A third way to charge my batteries is also all the way back here. Don't know if you can see it, it's a little bit dark there, but I also have a split charger. So that split charger is connected to my alternator in the front of the van, so when I'm driving the van, that will then also run here and charge my batteries. These can all work at the same time. So I could have the charger, the split charge working, I could have the Noco working, and I can have the solar on at the same time. To tell you the truth, most of the time these batteries are always full. Do I think I need more? I really don't think I need more than 315 amp hours, but only time will tell. We also have loads and loads of storage underneath here, as you can see. So we keep all of our folded seats here at the back. We've got our carpet that we put down underneath our awning. We've got other foldable seats here, and I also have 2 100 litre boxes here that I got from B&Q. That keeps everything in there, from tents to anything you can think of is in there, along with a big foldable table there, table in the back there for the kids to sit at, and a box where I keep all my tools. It usually has drills in here and stuff as well, but I've got them in the back charging at the moment. But yeah, plenty of space. Now I think it looks quite nice at the back here. It isn't open. I was thinking about putting maybe a partition or something up here, but I quite like the fact that it's open. Also, we've got these lights that are in the back here, so if it is at night, I can always just aim them down and turn the light on. It gives me a little bit more light when I'm here. And I've got one on the other side as well that does exactly the same thing. So just turn that on, and all of a sudden we've got some light at the back here, and we can maneuver it around if need be. So there you go, guys. That's the tour of our van, Hamish. I hope you enjoyed it just as much as we enjoyed building the van. I said enjoyed, thinking that we're finished, but we're never going to be finished. There's going to be plenty of more things that we can do to this van. It is such a comfortable van, and we do really love it. Thank you so much for following us this far. Thank you so much for all our new subscribers. We did notice that we're getting so many more views, which is really great, and we have loads of people liking our videos and watching our videos, which is fantastic for us to see. We've had a great increase in subscribers as well. So if you are enjoying the content, then please remember to subscribe. It really helps us out and really helps grow this channel. And remember, our next video is going to be another festival video. We're off to Mighty Dove Fest in Hamish, me, the wife, the kids and the dogs. So that's going to be a great one. We've never been to such a big festival before. So we'll see you in the next one, and remember to like and subscribe, guys. Thank you.